Appreciate us being a little bit rowdy. So I was just across the walkway a moment ago in John Barrowman's panel, and the crowd was loud, but I want them to be able to hear us, because we're the wrestling crowd, right? We have the stigma of being dirty and rude, and, you know, let's live it up. You know, if that's what they think of us, let's be loud. There we go. Just so you know, there's a microphone in the middle of the room there. We're going to try to get to as many questions as possible. I'm not going to chit-chat with CM Punk. We're going to get right to Q&A. He only has 45 minutes. One question per person. No follow-up questions. Hey, this is the first part of the question. Don't do that. Don't tell us your life story. You may have a great life story. Go to CM Punk's booth and tell him that life story then. 45 minutes all we have. If you would like to start lining up at the microphone now, please do so. And I know we're dirty and rude and loud. Let's keep this professional though. Let's keep this peaceful. Love this. Again, we're going to try to get to as many as possible. Let's try to keep the questions classy. You know, nothing about the personal life, or at least if it is personal life, keep it classy. Don't ask about his girlfriend in the bedroom or anything like that. Classy. Classy. We just want to give off that we're rude and dirty and everything as wrestling fans, but we're not really. We're just the best fans in the world. That's what I think anyway. So with that said, our guest of honor is the longest reigning WWE champion in the last 25 years. We know him as the best in the world, ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk.
Maybe not for everybody, but for a lot of people. There's 13 pies down there. And normally I bring like cookies and cupcakes or donuts or whatever, and if you ask a good question, you get rewarded. But this is my hometown, so everybody gets rewarded. Pizza thing, I'm going to leave it up to the lovely Charlie's Angels. It was a TV show that was on in like late 70s.
But they brought it back for a couple episodes.
Yeah, but they don't remember. It wasn't a cartoon.
Welcome back home.
Thank you.
You You just getting into the con, or you been here for a little while?
I literally just walked in, me and my pizza coffin.
Nice, nice. Well, let's make them feel welcome. Again, we're going to try to get to as many questions as possible, one at a time. This gentleman was very first in line.
Has anybody ever been to one of these before? Okay. So you know how these, those who've been here before, you know how these work. I normally just kind of take forever and do whatever I want. Unfortunately, they've caught on, and they're making me do this first, and then I'm doing autographs and pictures and stuff later. So we actually do have a deadline, although I'm supposed to have like a break for an hour in between this and something else, which I'll probably just hang out with you guys for. So. There's only one rule, and it's have fun, so let's go.
My question is, are you afraid of Brock Lesnar?
I'll try to formulate a better answer than simply no. Because no, I'm not afraid of Brock Lesnar, and it's a question I get asked a lot. What are you afraid of? And I really don't have an answer to that, because and I'm not saying I'm like the toughest, bravest guy ever. I'm definitely saying that it's probably 85% stupidity that I'm not afraid. But no, I'm not.
No?
Are you, sir?
Being a longtime fan and being from Louisville, I got to see you in IWA a lot.
Sweet.
I just wanted to know, like, what was one of your favorite memories from IWA?
Favorite IWA memory, and nobody's eating pizza, by the way. I just expected like this. I wanted mass chaos. I wanted everybody upset with me for bringing pizza and just throwing it in the middle of the room. My favorite IWA memory is not a specific match or anything like that. It's just the road trips with Cabana, Dave Prazak, and Ace. Makes me feel old, but like, 13 years ago, I met Chris Hero, in like 2000, the first time working for Ian. So I don't have one specific memory, but I mean, there's a whole big group of them, like it's just the road trips and just
Thank you.
the locker room, the boys, stuff like that. Thank you.
CM Punk, what do we have to do to bring WrestleMania back to Chicago?
Well, that's kind of turned into like a big thing, is cities actually bid on WrestleMania, and I guess we gotta talk to our mayor, I suppose. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. Like, cities put together committees to go after WWE and get WrestleMania. I mean, it's pretty sick, and I don't know. I guess maybe Soldiers Field might be the location. I'm going to do a new thing and say that I want to have a show at Wrigley, because if Pearl Jam can have a concert there, God damn it, I can wrestle.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, hi!
Oh my gosh, how are you?
How do you feel about Paul Heyman challenging you on Raw?
Obviously,
I know you're gonna kick his ass, but...
what's that?
You're gonna kick his ass anyway, but how do you feel?
Well, I mean, obviously, I think there's, I need Admiral Akbar to pop up and scream, it's a trap. Obviously, it's a trap, but, we'll have to see what happens on Monday. I got a few tricks up my sleeve.
Okay, thank you.
I was wondering what tips you would give to someone that wants to be a wrestler, like what school to go to.
I mean, aside from what school to go to and what workouts to do and what gym to do, I think the number one thing I always tell people, kids, men, women, whoever wants to get into wrestling, is that if that's something that you want to do, understand that it is super difficult. It's even more difficult beyond that to quote unquote make it, but I don't know what your goals are. Just don't let anybody say that you can't do it. If it's something you want to do, just do it. And that's irregardless of that's if you want to be a wrestler or a doctor, if you want to, learn taxidermy, I don't know, whatever you want to do, like, you know, go for it, do it. As far as schools and stuff like that, I'm kind of out of the loop. I don't know where to go or who's teaching. You know, I always just kind of throw people to Lance Storm. It's far away and it's in Canada, but, you know, I know he runs a school, and I know Lance is legit, so.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
If you ever had the chance to do a dream match with the Macho Man, rest his soul, would you do it as a face or would you do it as a heel?
Oh, God, I don't know. I mean, what's he gonna be?
Okay, let's... Maybe you're like a rebel like Stone Cold was.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you just have to kind of let it happen and you guys decide what's what, who's who. That's kind of like what I try to I like to do now, you know.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Phil, I'd like to ask you if you could...
Never been to one of these before, have you?
No. Sorry, man. You brought it up on television. I saw you in Fort Wayne, but I was wondering if you had to do a feud with anyone on the current roster, like Jay Riso or... Sorry, I did it again. I am so sorry.
You're just friends with everybody, aren't you?
I watch a lot of WrestleZone, okay?
I mean, I did bring you pizza. I guess we're on a first name basis.
Yeah, like...
What's your name?
Joseph Francis.
Joseph Francis. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, anyone on the current roster.
Oh boy.
Notice flag.
It would have been funnier if you said Brodus' real name. Dean Ambrose. Because if I said AJ Lee, that would be highly inappropriate.
Not a wrestling question, but what is your prediction for the ending to Breaking Bad?
Ooh. Okay, this is going to eat up the next 2 hours. Sorry, everybody. Man. You know, I like the fact, I love the finality of it all, because I truly believe, like, all good things must come to an end. Like, if you take Dexter, for instance, this thing has been 4 seasons too long now, and I have trouble watching it. It was at one time my favorite show. Serial killers is bizarrely one of my favorite topics, so I was pretty excited. But now it's just ridiculous. So I'm glad I'm not going to watch Breaking Bad do that. My prediction for it is I don't think the ending's happy. I think. And not in the sense that it's going to be a Sopranos ending where everyone's bummed, and I never watched a single episode of Sopranos, so you know you can all yell at me about that later. I don't think it's going to be a happy ending. I think a lot of people are dying. I think it's going to be a bum out, but like in a good way. It's going to be a hell of a story.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Punk, first I wanted to thank you on behalf of the city of Chicago for repping us the way you do worldwide. My question, the guy before I was going to ask you what current superstar you wanted to really get in the ring with first, but over the past couple of years, you're finally there. I think 2 years ago when you dropped the pipe bomb, the glass ceiling officially broke, and I just want to ask you, what's your favorite memory that's happened since this just exploded the way it has for you?
There's probably a dozen of them, but the first thing that popped into my head was I think when Dragon won the title. I think he won in Philly, and I was still champion, and like we passed each other in the hallway, like carrying these titles, and it was just like, regardless of what anybody says, if I'm skinny fat and he's short and he's weird because he doesn't eat meat and I'm strange because I don't smoke weed, and like that we don't belong wherever we are, and we're not the atypical Vince McMahon, this, that, blah blah blah, like regardless of whatever, like I mean that's just a hell of a memory for me, you know what I mean? I grabbed him and I was just like, you want to take, and he'd finish my sentence, like take a picture, like it was just a cool moment, like two dudes who've known each other for over a decade wrestling in rodeos on like, you know, shit-covered floors in front of like 12 people, you know, just because that's what we wanted to do, you know what I mean? Like, it was a cool moment.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. My question is, I just had it. If you could fight anybody outside of just the current WWE roster, like Kurt Angle, Hulk Hogan, any of them, who would you choose?
Samoa Joe.
Hello. I was wondering what was your favorite all-time wrestling territory you wrestled in?
That I wrestled in?
Yes, sir.
That hands down easily, like the Ring of Honor, like something gelled within that place, like late 2004 to 2005, and like, you know, and beyond. Like after I split, that place was it was pretty magical, and I don't think you can. I mean, you can try to argue with me, but I would argue that that was the most amazing wrestling roster that anybody's seen in over 20 years. You know, excluding myself, I won't throw myself in there, but like you get like Colt Cabana, Samoa Joe, Homicide, Low Key, Austin Aries, American Dragon. You know, I mean, and everyone else who came in and out of there, Spanky, Alex Shelley, Seidel, you know, I mean, Delirious, Nigel McGuinness, Chris Hero, everybody. It was just absolutely staggering when you look back at it. And I think history is going to speak kindly of, like, especially those years, because you look at the people who came out of there and what they're doing now. I mean, it's pretty mind-blowing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Is anybody going to be offended if I try to eat my egg whites? Well, this is my life. I'm constantly under a microscope anyway, so I don't care if I talk with food in my mouth, and I don't care if you guys see it. Here you go.
All right. When you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing you think about?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, it's varied. I think normally, probably the PG answer is like, am I going to work out today, or am I, you know, what, you know? That's, yeah, that's it.
Work out.
Thank you.
What is your greatest fear?
My greatest fear. I would probably say something like letting down, like you know, like my sisters, or like the people who, you know, look to me to be that guy that doesn't let them down.
Okay,
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
This is in regards to being straight edge, because I'm actually straight edge myself.
All right.
I was wondering if you can relate to this situation where you tell someone new maybe that you're straight edge, and they reply, "Oh yeah, I'm kind of straight edge. You know, I drink alcohol sometimes."
Yep. That happens all the time.
What's your reaction to that?
Like, don't punch them or anything like that. That's not good. Just, you know, whatever. They don't know. Yeah, but you're not straight edge for them. You're straight edge for you, hopefully. So, who cares?
Thank you.
Know, whatever.
Hi. I just got recently introduced to Grammar Slam. And I was confused and concerned because my biggest grammar complaint wasn't discussed at all. And I was wondering if there is an episode coming up, or if you could do possibly a short live version of 2, 2, and 2.
We've talked about maybe doing more, because obviously there's a ton of things we can cover, but I'm going to be heavily involved in a lot of Nerdist stuff coming up. I mean, it literally, like, we just kind of brainstorm ideas and kick stuff back and forth, and Hardwick's so fun to work with, and like everybody at Nerdist is awesome. So I love those guys to death. They're always like, hey, you want to do this? And I'm normally just like, yeah, whatever, let's just go ahead and do it. So actually got something kind of in the works for next week, because everybody's going to be in LA, so we're going to go nuts. I can't tell you about it though, just in case it doesn't happen. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up or ruin anything. But you're not getting a live one, sorry.
I had to try, all right? Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
My question is, I'm pretty sure everybody, or most people have a bucket list. In your case, what's your one thing on your wrestling bucket list that you haven't accomplished or haven't done yet that you still want to do?
Does anybody else want to answer this? No, I don't really care about winning or losing. Main eventing WrestleMania, but especially after last year's WrestleMania, I used to kind of be obsessed about it, and now not so much anymore.
Incredible match, though.
Thank you. After that match with Taker, I had a lot of hilarious conversations with raised voices and everything with certain people in the company, and I finally proved it to the one person that mattered that I should have went on last, and that was me, so I don't really give a shit about anything else. Basically what I'm trying to say is if it never happens, it ain't because of me. You know what I mean? And I know that now, so I you know, it's one of those things that I can kind of lay to rest.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Punk.
Hello. Do you have a
Remember
beard?
me?
Do you have a phony beard?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Remember me from last year?
That's good.
Well, my question is a really, really hard question. You ready?
Yes.
Can I have a hug?
There's no repeat questions.
I always feel bad for the next person that has to follow a request like that.
Hi. Are you actually friends with Paul Heyman?
Am I actually friends with Paul Heyman?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
How did you feel when you took out the beast?
I don't know if I took him out yet.
When you clotheslined him off the announce table?
I mean, that was pretty cool. Kind of backfired though, because it split my chin open. So, yeah, it was all right. I think the stuff I've done with Brock so far has been at least exciting, like in a car crash kind of way. So. Very cool.
Mr. Best in the World, how you doing?
Hello.
I wanted to talk about, you made a video a while back about the Ultimate Warrior tweeting you about, giving you his blessing.
Yeah.
I was just kind of curious. I mean, also based on a commercial that I saw of the Warrior doing the WWE 13 game. I was just curious, is like WWE in good graces with the Warrior again? Is he going to be in the Hall of Fame? Would you see yourself trying to wrestle him maybe in one match?
I don't think he's going to be getting in the ring, but you never say never. I would love to see him go into the Hall of Fame. Because the Hall of Fame, for me, is my funnest night of the year, It's hard being a wrestling fan when you're that close to it, but like that's the one time I can just kind of nerd out for guys and stuff. So hopefully he gets in the Hall of Fame. And if he needs somebody to induct him, I would love to be that guy. But I'm sure he's got somebody much cooler in mind.
Not Hulk Hogan, hopefully.
Who?
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's one piece of advice you'd give to somebody that wants to get noticed by WWE?
To get into WWE?
Yeah.
God, you know, I honestly, unfortunately, think the way I got in is kind of like dying out now. I think if you want to get into WWE, you got to go through that performance center. So they're going to be doing tryouts, you know, and I don't know if anybody's welcome, you know, but that's probably the way to do it now.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
CM Punk,
Hey, buddy.
do you collect toys of yourself?
Say that one more time.
Do you collect toys of yourself?
No, I don't collect toys of myself. I think that's weird if you were to walk into somebody's house and they have like this, essentially what is a shrine to like themselves. I think that's weird. If you walked into my house, you would have no idea what I do for a living. Unless you think I kill people for a living. My house is pretty weird. But no, I like the first one they came out with, I got that one, and that's all I needed.
When are you going to become the champion?
When am I going to be the champion again?
Yes.
As soon as I get rid of Paul Heyman, I'll go to the title.
So, do you think that Paul Heyman is going to have Brock Lesnar or Curtis Axel interfere in your match against him?
On Monday?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
It'd be pretty dumb if I didn't think so, yeah. Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
Last year you told me you're single. Are you still single?
What's your question?
Are you single?
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
I'm gonna need to see some identification.
Best punk album that's come out in the past year.
The past year?
Past year.
Oh, God. I don't know. What? Anybody? The new Transplants? Yeah, I like it.
I've been listening to True North.
Huh?
True North, Bad Religion.
Bad Religion?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I tell you I'm on the loop, I'm on the loop.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but what I mean by that is I just get music as it comes out, and I couldn't tell you what came out in the last 12 months.
Yeah.
I really couldn't.
All right, so have a great day.
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you.
I was wanting you to put on your booking hat for a second, and if you could choose, I'm assuming you should be in the main event of WrestleMania 30. I actually convinced my girlfriend that we should take a trip down there now. If you could choose your opponent, would you prefer a rematch with The Undertaker, or John Cena, or possibly even Daniel Bryan?
Here's the interesting thing about this. I did like 4 hours of media for SummerSlam on the phone the other day, and we got to talking about this. I can't remember with who, from where, but I think I'm the only guy that viably may have 4 different opponents, possibly. I could, in my mind, you tell me to put my Booker cap on. I think I could main event the show with Taker in a rematch. I think I could main event the show against Cena because of all our history there. I think if they continue on this path that they're doing with Daniel Bryan, and they do right by him, I think me and him could main event the show. And then, of course, there's that old pesky rattlesnake. I don't know if there's anybody else on the current roster that has that dynamic of being able to possibly get matched up against that many people and have each of those matches possibly be of main event caliber. If I had the choice, honestly, because I really feel there's been 2 recent years of WrestleMania where it should have been CM Punk, John Cena. If I had to pick off the top of my head, I would say that would be the way to close out 30. Thank you. Hi, Punk.
Hello.
Don't fall down or anything.
For the record, this is not a cigar mask, it's a mystical heel mask.
Same.
Yeah. Last year at the Comic-Con, you mentioned that you were not going to wrestle for a very long time, that you were going to, I guess, maybe leave in a few years or so on. My question was, did production people from Walking Dead, have they ever offered you like something like, when you retire from wrestling, you know, we can give you a character in the show? Would you do it, or are you considering it?
I mean, I wish I could say something cool like that. Like, yeah, you know, everybody wants me. Breaking Bad wanted me. You know, no, and they've never offered me anything like that. And I wouldn't even know how to go about doing that, like, you know, being an actor and stuff, because I'm a wrestler. So if whenever I'm done, they want to throw me on there, that'd be awesome. You know, and I'm pretty sure everybody has to know that. You know, I mean, you know, of course I would do that in a heartbeat.
All right, thank you, Punk.
Thank you.
Hello. Your pizza's really good, by the way.
I made it myself.
As a sports fan, even though I'm a White Sox fan, I just wanted to know who you're... Even though I just wanted to know who your all-time favorite cup is.
That's kind of a hard one, because there's been a lot of Cubs over the years. I like Andre Dawson a lot. Most recently, I've gotten. Does anybody know who Ariel Helwani is? Me and Ariel have gotten this hilarious fight because he's still bitter that we took Dawson from the Expos. Like, I mean, and I never encountered that in my entire life. Like that, and that's funny to me. Plus, he just did that rad commercial where he just like falls out of the ivy. Have you seen that? That's off the top of my head. But I mean, there's too many. Sandberg, Mark Grace. You know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi there, my name's Tony.
Hello.
Just wondering who your best, who's the best person to work with in the ring? Like, everybody you wrestled ever.
Too hard to really put like a number one on that. You know?
Top three.
Top three. It's almost pretty hard to do that too. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna wind up excluding people. You know what I mean? Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Undertaker, Samoa Joe, Colt Cabana, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan. Yeah, I'm always gonna forget people, you know, but I mean, I've just been fortunate to be able to work with a ton of guys, a ton of great guys.
Good luck at SummerSlam.
Thank you. Looks for losers.
Hey there, Mr. Punk.
What's up?
Congratulations on being drug and alcohol free.
Thank you.
And also congratulations on reigning champion for the most in 25 years.
A lot of days, yeah.
I just want to say, can I shake your hand, sir?
Sure.
Who you out for being straight edge?
Right on. Are you
Navy?
You're a Marine?
Navy.
No.
I go to Japan next month.
Okay. Wow.
And my question is, what should I look for in Japan as far as wrestling?
As far as wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I'm out of the loop. Like, I mean, there's. I know New Japan's really hot right now, but I haven't seen any of it. So.
Any names to look for?
I think honestly, I think you're going to be in Japan, and I think you're going to be kind of busy. But if you have free time,
I'll have some free time.
I think just go see whatever wrestling show you can see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
do you plan on facing Stone Cold? Because I've seen that promo for WWE 13 a couple years back, more like last year, but there's a lot of tension between you guys. Do you plan on facing him? Because
Well, I can't plan on facing him because he's retired, but yeah, it's the funny thing about that. That's 100% legitimate. I can't explain it any more than that. When me and Steve are in a room together, it's hilarious to me. Like, I don't know, there's just this bizarre tension between us for some reason. And I think that's where everyone gets the whole Punk versus Austin thing from. It's up to him, really. You know, I'm fighting everybody. I'm fighting Brock Lesnar, I'm fighting Paul Heyman. I'll fight Steve Austin.
thanks, man, for answering my questions.
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Punk. Thank you for doing this. This is like seeing Santa Claus for But anyways, my question is, I saw recently that Andrew Shaw's stitches are going to be auctioned off, and as big a Blackhawks fan as you are, would you honestly want that as a memento from this past season?
What they're doing, it's not just like they're selling the individual stitches or anything like that, because that would be a little bit weird. But that actually got me into a whole different wormhole online of looking up the weird things that people buy from celebrities, like used tissues and fingernails and stuff like that. Lady Gaga's fake nail sold for $13,000. Gross. Think about that for a second. A jar of Elvis's hair was like over 100 grand.
115.
Right. So. Trust me, if somebody's going to buy my nails for $13,000, yeah. Anyway. They're putting them in like a plaque with the picture of him bloody holding the cup and like all that stuff. So it's way more of a memorabilia piece than it is kind of like creepy medical waste. That being said, I'm probably not going to bid on it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Hello, Mr. Punk.
Hello.
Where do you find a dog with no legs? Right where you left them.
Hey, Punk.
Hello.
Can you say happy birthday to my brother, Jackson?
You didn't say sing, did you?
Yes, sing it.
You want me to sing it?
Yes.
I can't do that, but everybody here. What's his name? What's his name?
Jackson.
Jess?
Jackson.
Jackson. I'm sorry. I have a hearing problem. Are you filming?
Yes.
Jackson? How old is he?
He is turning 9.
9? Jesus. All right, Jackson, here's to you. Happy birthday. Everybody?
Happy birthday! Also, he has 2 questions for you.
Good you got the birthday wish out of the way.
He wants to know what your real name is.
Boy, Patty.
CM Punk, right?
And number 2, do you really think you are the best in the world?
Yes. I wondered like what a bum out it would be if you're standing in line and somebody asks your question and you're at the end of the line and you're like, damn it! And then you gotta like come up with something like tell a bad joke about a legless dog. See you. Right up.
Anywho, Mr. Punk.
What's happening?
I would like to ask you, when you were doing the CM Punk DVD and you did all the Ring of Honor stuff, did the offices at WWE fight you at all on that, on adding all that Ring of Honor and independent stuff?
Nope, not one single bit. I was a big pain in the ass filming that thing because I mean that was me and like that was the truth and that was my life. So I was at first I didn't want to do it until they agreed to let me do it like my way. So I got to do it. It came out really well. We worked really hard on it. And I was a big pain in the ass.
Thank you very much. Kick Lesnar's ass.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how's it going? First things first, can I get a hug?
Where were you when I said no repeat questions?
The real question is, what's the probability of us seeing the best wrestler in the world versus the best ranger in the world?
Stuff like this starts. What am I supposed to do? Fight the Green Ranger?
He's here.
Pull out the straight edge sword.
Yeah, talk to me when my contract's up.
Thank you.
I think he might actually be in one of the neighboring rooms right now.
How you doing, man?
Of course he did. What's up?
You were at the Ultimate Fighter season finale, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
And you saw the Misha Tate versus Kat Zingano fight, right?
Yeah.
What did you think of that fight? What was going through your head?
Well, I was sitting front row and I was almost peeing in my pants.
Would you also consider it as one of the best fights of the year so far?
Yeah, I think so. But I like most fights for different reasons and stuff like that. But that was a slugfest, and it was two women, so it was interesting to see.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
If you could wrestle any legend, who would it be?
Who? You okay? All right.
Barry Horowitz.
Those YouTubes are awesome, aren't they? Those Brain Walker YouTubes. They're so good. Steve Austin. Yeah.
What's going on? How's it feel to step in the ring with The Undertaker as growing up watching wrestling and actually being across the ring with The Undertaker?
Oh, it was a time of my life. Prior to WrestleMania and stuff, I've wrestled Taker hundreds of times, but every time it's the coolest thing in the world because you come out first, and then the lights go out, and then his music hits, and I just kind of got to chill out in the ring for like 3 minutes and watch this dude just walk to the ring. You know what I mean? And every single time it was really cool. To see his entrance live, I think is something special. To see it live while you're standing in the ring is something altogether. To be able to say that I saw it at WrestleMania, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I was there. It was an awesome match.
Thank you.
Can I shake your hand? Is that
Sure,
okay?
sure. Hello, bow tie.
How are you doing today? My question is, if you could join any faction from the past, what would it have been?
Everybody else has their own opinions, apparently. Probably be the Horseman. I'm not saying that I fit in or anything like that.
My question is, what motivated you to be successful in life?
God, I don't know. I think, I just think I'm one of those people that wants, whenever I want to do something, I just kind of just do it, and I don't let anybody tell me I can't, and I don't let anything stop me. I'm just very goal-oriented, but I do think negativity helps me out a lot. I think I try to be a positive person, but I do think the people who dislike me and want to see me fail don't realize how much they actually help me, and if they knew, they'd probably stop, but somebody trying to stop me or just simply telling me that like I can't do something or I don't belong just makes me get up in the morning and just work 3 times as hard as they ever dream about.
Thanks.
I was wondering if you have any good Gabe Sapolsky stories from your days in ROH, like any good Gabe blow-up stories that no one's ever heard about.
Well, the one that always comes to mind is we were down in Florida for FIP. And we were wrestling I think it was when we were wrestling like in that strip club or whatever it was. And something happened. Somebody screwed something up. And there was like 3 stacked columns of ashtrays, and he grabbed each individual one and just started whipping them against the wall, screaming like beat red, just freaking out. And it was over like the most trivial, stupid thing of a match that nobody's even gonna remember. You know what I mean? It was awesome just to like sit there with arms folded, just watch him like for like 8 minutes, you know, like work harder than he ever has, like physically in his entire life. It was impressive.
Thanks, Box.
We have 5 more minutes. They're trying to wrap us up right now. So if you have a question, let's make this quick, get to as many as we can.
All right, no one asked my question, so that's good. I was at Raw in Green Bay on Monday. It was great seeing you wrestle finally. At the beginning of it, Daniel Bryan went out there and he said, you know, if I got fired from the WWE tomorrow, this is what I'll do, and he went on and on and on. What would you do if you were legitimately fired tomorrow from the WWE?
I'd probably ride my bike.
All right, awesome.
I watched your DVD. I have it. Andy, you talked about you changed your diet, went vegetarian. I know I could never do that, but it also says that you run. I love red meat. I really do. I start getting crabby and I crave it. But anyway, it says that you just go out for the run. I started doing that. It changed my look. I was wondering, do you track your miles? How much do you run in a month or a week?
No, I don't. I'm so technologically stupid, it's ridiculous. I've tried to get like apps and
I know there's apps on the iPhone. And
yeah, I know, and I've tried. I literally have, and like I don't know how to use them, or they break, or I'm doing it wrong and stuff like that. And then I just go out and now what I just do is I'll time my runs. I'll be like, I'm gonna run for 30, or I'm gonna run for 45, or today I'm gonna do an hour. You know, and normally like I can do a 10-minute mile. So you know, if I run for an hour, I know I did 6 miles.
Thanks.
No problem.
I'll trouble you for a handshake later.
Word.
Alright, if you got to pick your 3 opponents in a dream Ultimate X match, who would they be? Would it be Braden Walker?
What?
If you got to pick your 3 opponents in a Fatal 4-Way Ultimate X match.
What the hell is that?
TNA, it's when they have the title hanging. Is that where they yeah, screw TNA, but still, it's a cool match.
I'm not pretending I don't know what it is. The thing where they have the things and the...
Yeah, the pillars and
the cables.
Yeah.
Right. God, I don't want to do that. I mean, you know, like...
Alright, can I just scratch that?
Yeah.
Alright, this is an easy one. Can you just say hi to my girlfriend, Catherine? She had to work today. They wouldn't give her the day off.
So where's she work?
Giorgio's Pizza. It's in Plainfield.
Ah, sweet. Plainfield. All right.
Hi.
Sorry you're at work.
Thank you.
My good twin brother was up here earlier, and he asked a great question, but I'm the evil twin brother.
Right.
And I want to do something even better.
This will be good.
Can I get a high five and a throwback for like Big Daddy Cool and Shawn Michaels?
What?
High five.
You want a high five?
I want a high five. No hug. No hug. It's not a duplicate question.
Come on. Can you make it? Or are you going to crash and die into this?
Sorry, as someone who had to travel a little bit of a distance to get here and actually meet you, and when I had my photo op with you, I did say thank you very much. You made my whole summer. Like, you legitimately made my summer and a lot of people's summer. So if you guys haven't done your photo ops, do that stuff. It's definitely worth the wait. My question, just kind of random from everyone else. I'm actually a really big comic fan as well too, and kind of have some similar interests. If you could pick maybe 2 to 3 of your top titles, graphic novels or whatever, what do you read? Just
if you haven't read Saga, you should probably read that. That's awesome. Lock and Keys wrapping up. That's amazing. God, anything Brubaker does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing Fatale right now. That's awesome.
That's it. Thank you.
I'm sorry to the rest of the line. This is going to be our last question.
It's not going to be our last question. We're going to, okay, real quick, just go.
All right, I notice you're a man with a lot of ink, with a lot of tattoos. I'm starting my journey as well. What is your tattoo inspiration process? What gets you inspired to say?
I tattoo things on my body that I like. Go, next. All right, come on.
Tattooing is always like the big guy coming out of the independents. Who is currently on the roster now that's young, that's going to be the next big guy, promo and wrestling?
Next big promo?
Promo and wrestling, the next big guy.
I mean, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns. What's his name? Claudio Antonio Cesaro. Let's go.
If you could do a tag team with anybody, who would you pick from the roster?
One more time?
If you could create a tag team with somebody.
Oh, if I could tag team Kofi, easy. Yeah. Hey, sweetheart. I didn't want to miss out on your question, so.
How did you become a wrestler?
I went to school and became a wrestler, which sounds really corny, but it's true. I learned how to wrestle at a place called the Steel Domain. Just keep it moving.
If you could go backpacking, adventuring anywhere in the world, like total like wilderness, rustic, where would you go?
I would go to Fiji. Yes.
Any funny road stories?
I really can't get into it right now, but I got tons of them.
All right.
Ask me later.
All right.
I'll think of something good to tell you.
Who is your best friend in the WWE?
Who's the best?
Your best friend.
Oh, my best friend? Kofi.
Can I take you on a date?
Can you what?
Can I take you on a date?
Are you serious?
I'm swear to God. If you say no, can I have a hug? Please.
Don't repeat questions.
Please, I'm sorry, please. She stole my question.
Don't repeat questions. We gotta keep it moving. Next. There's only a couple people left, and I got stuff to do.
Are you gonna be at Battleground?
What's that?
The new pay-per-view? Is that on TV?
If it's a pay-per-view, I'll be there. Shows you what I know. Sorry.
There's a saying that says to be the best, you have to give your best. Do you feel you have?
Yeah, I think I've done okay. I think I've done all right. I think that goes back to what happened at WrestleMania. I think I proved to myself that, yeah, you know what, I'm all right. I did okay.
Can I have a hug?
Yes. We're breaking the rules. Okay, quick.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Halloween, John Carpenter's Halloween. And my second favorite scary movie is Marine 3.
If you could pick one Marvel character to go toe-to-toe with Batman, who would you pick?
Spider-Man.
Paste pot Pete. There you go. Look him up, seriously, he exists.
What do you think about fans that get tattoos for you?
That's intense. That's wild. And I know there's probably a few in the room right now. I know in the past I've used the word creepy, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I get it, you know what I mean? Like, I have Bouncing Souls tattoos, and those guys are my friends. I have Less Than Jake tattoo, and those guys are my friends. So, I'd be a hypocrite if I said, ooh, that's weird, don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you're into. It just kind of makes me, like, step back and just be like, whoa. Because to me, you guys got to realize, I'm just a kid from Chicago, you know what I mean? So anybody who feels that strongly about that, and me, and you get that tattooed on your body for the rest of your life, that's intense, you know what I mean? So like a spur of the moment thing where people come up to me and they like shove things in my face, I'm kind of like, you know. But it's humbling and it's very cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have the entire building hear it for CM Punk! CM Punk!